Hi Taurus, this is Meg. I'm Meg with Padmes. I'm doing your Tarotscope for September 2020. So anyone who has Taurus in their sun, moon, rising, or Venus, you can find messages here. I'm calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light. For Taurus Collective, we don't want to talk to anyone else. And you're already getting a bunch of cards popping out here, Taurus, so let's see. Okay. Getting the skinny, the scoop, the energy of Taurus for the month of September 2020. Here we go. All right, Taurus, let's see what is going on for you. All right, Taurus. First of all, I am seeing the big picture, and it's the King of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed is, I want to say maybe indulging this month. Indulging in a way, though, that feels like you're filling a void rather than indulging because of wanting to be decadent. It's more like indulging because I have a shopping addiction and I'm feeling lonely right now, something like that. Like there's some kind of feeling of deficit and wanting to fill that void. Sadness, disappointment, my emotions are maybe getting the best of me. My emotions are upset, I'm sad, and I'm not getting my way somehow. Okay, and the next thing I see is your advice, and your advice is like, pull the ponies, hold the horses. Don't go any further, don't go any faster, just take a breath. Take a breath and don't go full force when you're feeling like this. Ooh, yeah, looks like there's some healing to be done here, Taurus. There's some kind of ending that has happened, or there's some kind of withdrawal of energy that has happened that you are not exactly happy about, and you're healing from it. You're healing from the completion of something that wasn't awesome really anyway. So it's kind of a bad situation or an upsetting situation has come to a close, and you're healing from it. Except you might be self-medicating. So happening now and into the near future, here we have temperance reversed also. You've got a lot of reversals to start off with, and a lot of uneasy energy, unbalanced energy. The heart of the situation is talking about taking on a whole bunch of, maybe clients, but taking on a whole bunch of responsibilities that aren't really yours to take on. And maybe starting off this new venture where you took on a lot of stuff that you did it all by yourself, or that's what happened. It like ended up in your lap kind of. And it's kind of like, I'm ready for a retreat. I'm ready to get out of this situation because it is not what I intended. Coming from a place of doing all this on your own. It's self-reflection, but it's being by yourself, doing this on your own. And then your higher self is saying, I really need a partner here. I really need some partnership. I really need to get together with someone I can bounce ideas off, mirror some things back to me. I need somebody I can trust to see what I'm talking about, to understand me, to get me, to know what I'm saying when I'm talking about my empire, and reflect back to me what would be helpful to me, someone I can trust. And your angels and guides are saying, you don't quite have that person just yet. Or if you thought you did, they're not giving you the mirror that you needed or the mirror that you wanted. They're not as solid and stable, or they're not giving you the direct feedback or the feedback that would be helpful for you as much as you thought. And there's also this element of release the ideas that you can see all of this just yet, all these patterns and themes that aren't serving you with this person, with this situation. Release the idea that you've seen, you can see this. There are some themes and patterns that, I would even want to say chaotic things, that are not on the surface yet. They're not on the surface just yet. Or There are things that you don't like looking at, or maybe you don't want to look at, that you haven't looked at yet because it's not comfortable. So there is also some resistance to making boundaries for this person who's helping you or mirroring back to you that's not doing such a hot job. But there's also this, I'm not making boundaries, and this is boundaries for yourself too. Like, I'm gonna have one, I'm gonna have two, I'll just have 4 or 5, we'll just, call it good. Like, there's some boundary stuff that's not going on for yourself, but for yourself regarding others as well. So in the past, there's been some, I'm not taking good care of me. I am taking on too much responsibility to the point where I'm super stressed out and I'm feeling depleted. And then happening now, it's like, I feel like I'm moving so slowly, maybe with a family member, maybe with a friend who is like family, maybe someone who is someone from your childhood, someone that you've known for a long time. There's some loyalty issue here. And happening now, it's like things are moving slowly, so slowly that I'm being affected by this. But then in your future, in your outlook, in your trajectory, there's some kind of door that opens for you in September, Taurus. The door, though, has to do with reestablishing boundaries and reestablishing the foundation of everything that you've been doing. You've got to completely change it up. This is not working out. You've got to start over, because this is how it is right now. It's like you've got to start over. You got to start fresh. You got to go back to the drawing board. That doesn't mean you have to scrap the project altogether, but it means you have to figure out a different way to make it come through. Ooh, Taurus. That is heavy in September 2020, but it's doable. I want to get more information on your higher self. Your higher self is like, you have sacrificed plenty, and it is time to not sacrifice the way you've been sacrificing. This deficit you're feeling, or this depletion that you're feeling, it is not a good look. So you got to switch it up. You've got to stop moving forward. Okay, that just flew out. Oh my gosh, this is the depletion card. It's like you've got to switch that up. You've got to see where that's coming from. If you don't know, which I really kind of feel like you do. However, there are things that you haven't even considered yet that you need to cut away, that aren't working for you. And I even hear that aren't safe for you. Emotionally, spiritually safe for you. Okay, and what else do I want to know? I want to know more about the big picture. Right. Taurus, this is what we're talking about, your empire. You need somebody who you can actually really trust to talk about your empire and your vision with. And that's really what's going on here. If you feel like you have to have other people help you in order to create your empire, you're not altogether right about that. You are the seed of that. You are the emperor of that. You're the center of that. But as soon as you figure out what it is that you want and how you want to do it and how you want this to go, like, I can't take on all these people myself. I can't take on all these responsibilities myself. As soon as you figure out how to delegate, it's going to be a lot easier. Delegating to the right people. How do you find the right person, or how do you find the right people around you to do that? This is recruiting. This is recruiting people. It might be recruiting people who are already in a place, in a job, in a position, but it's like they have a home and you're like, hey, but why don't you come over here and we can work together and we can do this thing. So how you can find the right people is see successful people who are already doing something similar that you are looking for, and you swipe them. You recruit them. You give them something that they totally want and need more than where they are now. That's what it looks like, Taurus. All right, I am going to ask your angels and guides for some oracle guidance. And we're using the Avalon Oracle today. So Taurus, angels and guides, what say you? What do you want to tell Taurus collective, sun, and rising, Venus? The butterfly, beauty. Well, that makes sense, Taurus. You love beautiful things. I'm going to get another one. Butterfly is also about transition. complete transition. Every time I think of butterflies in transition, I think about how they are goo in a chrysalis for quite some time. They totally change their complete form. They're a worm, they're goo, and then they're a beautiful butterfly. So just keep that in mind, Taurus. You're coming out of the goo. All right. Ooh, you got 2. All right. So you got butterfly. Look at that. You got the king. This is like the emperor card. This is like, know who you are, know your worth, please. And then you got mystery. I think that's part of the goo. It's like there's mystery in the process. That's about trusting the universe. So here you are coming up as the emperor several times and being in the process of that. This is definitely a learning phase, Taurus, but one that's going to move you ahead into your emperor, stepping into your personal power as soon as you realize I shouldn't be sacrificing what I'm sacrificing. I'm using my energy in a way that is not serving me. I'm using my energy in a way that is draining me and keeping me from my ultimate goal. So a little revamping, a little reevaluation is what you need. Okay, Taurus, looking forward to your September mid-month, and let me know how that resonates with you and what's going on with you this month. Do good and be good, and I'll see you soon.